sun upon the bay. Morning breeze will light the way. Children laugh where palm trees sway. Island heart will never stray. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Voices rise with twilight glow, stories only elders know. Waves will dance and rivers flow, carry dreams where trade winds go. Moonlight silver on the tide, ancient songs will never hide. Harmony of land and sea, binding all in unity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Golden sun upon the bay, morning breeze will light the way. Children laugh where palm trees sway. Island heart will never stray. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Voices rise with twilight glow, stories only elders know. Waves will dance and rivers flow, carry dreams where trade winds go. Moonlight silver on the tide, ancient songs will never hide. Harmony of morning breeze will light the way. Children laugh where palm trees sway. Island heart will never stray. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Voices rise with twilight glow, stories only elders know. Waves will dance and rivers flow, carry dreams where trade winds go. Moonlight silver on the tide, ancient songs will never hide. Harmony of land and sea, binding all in unity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity. Sing the ocean, sing the sky, hear the drums of days gone by. Caribbean spirit strong and free, echoes of eternity.
So here we are in the full release of Occupy Mars. This is the version 1.0. I have Spotty. I have named him Spotty the dog. He's been helping me do some mining. It is getting dark, so we're going to sleep. Let me turn the HUD back on. Oh, can't see.
Oxygen source external.
There we go. Let's go 9. Just wait for our character to wake up.
New message.
So you can control Spotty through your PDA. You can get him to pick up rocks, building materials. If you select all, he will follow you. And if we take a bit of a walk over here, so we've got iron and we've got silicon. Give Spotty a bit of a pet for being useful.
Oxygen source external.
So even though when we get in the rover, Spotty has vanished, I think he is in the rover somewhere. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm heading back to the old base because I've already set up a new base. Let's just scout this area. Building materials. So if he hopefully if he comes across any building materials, he will pick them up. Pick up. So he's trying to get into one of these, I think. So it's something. There's probably a few materials around here. But he can't quite get to them because with it being in the box, he should pick that up. And he's still active because there must be more building materials. Like that. Now he might not pick that up. So we'll take some of the stuff out of his inventory. Now there is a circuit board on the floor, but that's okay. Spotty is still learning Spotty's still learning Mars. I do. Now I normally would grind down places. But I don't need to. So where...
Power 50%.
So we'll head back to make sure Spotty follows. Even when you run from a distance from him, he will literally speed up.
Oxygen source external.
So you're no longer alone on Mars. So I'm going to take down, well, before I take down the old base, I'll give you a bit of a show inside. So we've got all sorts of things we can mine here. So the reason why I set up a base somewhere else was the water replenishment litres an hour was more higher than where I initially placed down a base. So when I first started a new save, this was the base I started with. We will get to the platforms at the next base because I've already got some of those set up, but we have a larger solar panel. With the output being in the center post. So if we look at the electricity, the large solar panel production is 132.30 during the day. And this has got full of water. I don't even know what yeah, so here we've got a replenishment of 112.5 litres an hour. I've placed a bit of a steel platform here.
Equalizing pressure. External oxygen detected.
So obviously you got your usual, like your 3D printer, your workbenches, another workbench, but we now have the chemistry lab. And here, so polymer synthesis, so reactor input, we need methane 2 and oxygen 1, and then we can set the recipe, but you can't do that because the required items are not found. So you would put the reactor, you would put your things inside here. Then, so let's say, let's go, if we find it up here, uranium enhancement setup, we need uranium nitric acid times 2 and sulfuric acid times 1, and you receive 1 uranium rod and 1 waste tank. Here you can see at the bottom it says temperature 60 degrees Celsius, the pressure is 1013 HPA and time is 100. So with the temperature, pressure and time, you go here, so temperature is 60, so we change this to, so you can 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, so 60 degrees Celsius. Then we need the pressure of 1013, so 1013, so 101 and then 3, and then the time 100 minutes, so we set this to 100. So then you'd put your items in there and then you'd start reaction. Now I don't know how this works because I don't have most of these things. We need nitric acid, so sulfuric acid, we need sulfur, oxygen bottle and water bottle, which then gives us 2 sulfuric acid. The temperature is 450, the pressure is 2000 and the time is 55 minutes. So I've got sulfur already in my, I need an oxygen bottle and a water bottle. Now I don't know if I have any of those.
Equalizing pressure.
oxygen and water bottle. Might have some in the rover inventory. So we need O2 and H2O. There you go. Give you a little pet. What I'll do is I'll wait for Spotty to get here. And I'm going to give him the command to stay. So now he's not going to follow.
Equalizing pressure. External oxygen detected.
So we need O2 that. And what was the other thing that we needed? So we need sulfur. Set recipe, sulfur. So we've got that. Temperature 450, pressure is 2000, and it's 55 minutes. And then we start reaction. And the reaction is in progress. So as you can see with the bar at the bottom, it bounces like these are doing. We're at 40%. We don't get. We sometimes have things land on Mars. Like a storage container that contains a small box inside it, and sometimes you get items in that. I think that does come from Earth. Created sulfuric acid production, and now we've got sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is a strong mineral acid. It is key in industry used in batteries and ore processing. So we need 4 water bottles, and it will give us hydrogen and oxygen bottle if we supply it with 4 water bottles. But we don't have the required items, so we can't set that recipe. We do have a decoding on here as well. Okay, it might not work because I've gone for the sandbox mode. Now you can come out of that while the decoding is still going on, but I'm just, yeah, so it's still going to decode. So we've got the chemical lab. We also have a cooking station. There is no recipes, so I think you would use this with the plants that you grow, and then you would put them in here, mess around with the temperature and the time, and then start the cooking process. And it may give you like pizza or what have you. Now, the reason why pizza is in the game is because Pyramid Games, on their streams, they always had a box of pizza that they would eat on stream. It was their way of playing the game and eating at the same time. And Pyramid Games really loved their pizzas. Obviously, you may not have known that because when I first knew about the game, I was following their streams on YouTube, and yeah, the wiki for this game, I think, is still being updated when we have information. I don't think the wiki has had any updates since so let me turn on the display. Occupier Metal Keys fandom. So we're at the wiki for Occupy Mars. Let me sign in. Right, let's have a look. Admin. Let's see what. Is it admin or is it advanced? Let's see. Now I haven't looked on here for a while. So what I could try and do is let's go to edit. No, that's not what we want to do. Come out of that. Damn it. Visual. No, there we go. So I'm sure it's under admin and recent changes. Let's have a look at if there's any recent changes. Abandoned tablets, 2 changes. Advertisement. So there is nothing on there. What other recent changes have we got? Let's have a look. Editors who aren't logged in. No. First of February, that's technology tree. Subordinate. So, chemistry waiting for information and link. Chemistry workbench waiting for information and link. Chemistry not implemented yet, to be determined. When was this? A master chef edited this a day ago. Of course, I can see the recent changes. I don't know if you can see the recent changes being a non-admin for the wiki. But I'm not seeing many changes. Say username wall contributes block rights email confirmed.user edits for me myself. I've done 114 edits on the wiki. Auto confirmed content moderator email confirmed thread moderator user. Email confirmed rollback thread moderator user rapid dark venom. But yeah, I don't see many edits, but the only way we can change or update the wiki is if we have sufficient information in the game. Live updates, I'll turn that on. I think that only alerts me from when there's a live update. But yeah, we've only got 2 changes at the moment for the wiki. Oh, question mark. This edit has not yet been patrolled. Well, that's got nothing in it. Can I... history, move, purge, protect, delete, talk. Let's watch. Abandoned tablet and its discussion page has been added to your watch list. What was the other one? Technology tree. I'm also going to watch that as well. Food processing, why is it red? There's no information. But we do we do have quite a lot of information currently on the wiki. But the game itself, how to play, we got game support, items, cultivation, resources, infrastructure, habitat, vehicles, community portal, admin notice board, recent changes, general disclaimer, Gamepedia, help wiki, create an account, new pages, mission, missing pages. Now I don't know if non-admins can see the admin notice board and the recent changes. So this is like an information about admin notice board. The admin notice board is one way through which users can notify administrators of issues needing administrative attention, while users are welcome to directly contact specific administrators, especially if they are seen to be active. Posting here can be an easier and quicker way of ensuring that at least one admin will notice an issue and respond to it promptly. Remember to sign using your titles when posting an issue. Before posting an issue here, please consider the following. This page is for reporting wiki issues. Please post discussions on the talk page. Post only issues that require administrative action, i.e. blocking vandals, protecting pages, restoring deleted pages, etc. Do not post deletion requests here. Deletion requests should be made by adding this reason for deletion request to the top of the target page, which will then automatically mark the page as candidate for deletion. Do not post issues regarding content disputes. Try making a request for comment instead. Mediation requests between users should only be made once a resolution could not be reached
Available
between
point for
users.
technological advancement.
For issues regarding the use of this wiki, please see our help center. In case of vandalism, posting about it here is a low priority. Revert it first. Anyone can do so. If the vandal created a new page, tag it for deletion. Assume good faith and consider leaving a message on that user's talk page to explain the reason. Post here only if the user has made several disputive edits and or persists dispute despite a warning. Always avoid a revert war with the vandal. It is far better to wait until an admin has a chance to intervene. If a user must be reported here, please use this, preferably as the topic subject / headline. Please post new topics at the top of the page by clicking this link to add a new section. So this is where it says a vandal on the page, and you've noticed this. You can set up a deletion request, and moderators like myself and the others will be able to react to it. So yeah, but again, I don't know if you can yeah, I think you can. I think you'll be able to read it as a non-admin because it's in the community. Let's have a look. Just out of curiosity, because I haven't been active that much on the wiki. Reported. Your account doesn't have access. Okay, so I don't have access to that. That's the community description. So I don't have access to the wiki. Deleted user contributions. We will get back to the game in a sec. View deleted pages. See the deletion log for recently deleted pages. June blowtorch upgrade. Moved useless redacted. Test class created by a bot. I don't want to undelete revision. Don't want to do that. To undelete this page entire history, leave all checkboxes deselected and check undelete. To perform a selective undeletion, check the boxes corresponding to the revision to be undeleted and click undelete. That's as the following consists of delete your. If you undelete the page, all revisions will be undeleted to the history. If a new page with the same name has been created since the deletion, the undeleted revision will appear in the prior history. Undeletion will not be performed if it will result in the top page or file revision being partially deleted. In such cases, you must uncheck or unhide the newest deleted revision. (1925) 7th of June 2024. Cody wire main talk contribs deleted page test class gibberish example.com like page mistakenly created by a bot. Content moderator, thread moderator, so he's another moderator. So he would have taken action already. I don't have much on my profile, but these are my recent wiki activity. I did it in 2024, 2025. So yeah. But I haven't seen any changes done to the wiki so far. Nothing major anyway. So yes, so this is the cooking station. Oh yeah, yeah, that's done. What about that decoding? Pen drive biology. So you pen drive materials X1 experience 2.63. Total experience gain 2.63. So if you collect a pen drive, either for biology, chemistry, electricity, materials, and mechanics, you get experience. And with that experience, is it over here? Materials, we go here. Obviously, it's not showing anything. So let's see if I've got any experience. So I've got 9 experiences for this, for the electricity. So if I upgrade that.
Electricity. Technology access level increased.
And I'm going to distribute.
Electricity. Technology access level increased. Electricity. Technology access level increased. Electricity. Technology access level increased.
So we've got 1 point left. when I get 2, I'll upgrade that to a 6 and this one to a 6. So Infinity Industrial Energy Converters, level 5, and Infinity More Efficient Panels, level 5. Of course, when you are playing the game, you won't have the entire tech tree unlocked by default. You would have to find the abandoned tablets to unlock each individual tech tree. Like Spotty found an item, Spotty found a rock. Geological algorithm for Spotty. The robot can now autonomously locate and retrieve small rocks for analysts or processing. Spotty unit software update allows the robot to scan the environment for useful items and retrieve items for the operator. And then you got Spotty, but to unlock Spotty, you'd need the blueprint unlocked for Spotty, and you'd need a technology unlocked uranium centrifuge. You'd need those 2 to be unlocked before you can unlock Spotty himself. But because I've gone for sandbox and I've gone for the highest tech tree, I've unlocked everything. What I'm going to do is, so my grinder is a level 3 because I've upgraded it to level 3. That will take a bit of less time to take down the workshop. For the level 1, it will take a lot slower. It is sort of taking time with the level 3, but it's being grinded just slightly a bit quicker. So what I was doing is I was exploring to find these other seed magazines. So I could start
Alert. Radiation detected.
And the other thing as well is the colour of the suit you go for is also going to be the colour of your building. So, because this game is out of early access, it does have multiplayer. So, so I'm red, and if another player was like green and they build somewhere else on Mars, you would tell the difference between whose building is whose. So red would be mine, and yellow would be another player's base. And from that point you can tell the difference that base is owned by a different person, well, a different player. Now, you got to be careful with these.
Alert. Radiation detected. Inventory full.
I know I can't get Spotty to hold much. He's going to pick it up anyway, I think. No. So let's get you to do all. You're not going to pick that up. Let me move some items over into his inventory. He hasn't got much of a big space, so you got to try and even it out a little bit. I can't seem to pick up that. Okay, that's probably bugged, so we'll leave that there. We do not
Radiation
need...
detected.
So he's going to pick that one up, yeah, so the other one's bugged. I keep doing that.
Alert. Radiation detected. Alert. Radiation detected.
So the reason why I'm going on the corner is because I'm not going to get electrocuted. And he doesn't have space. Well, he does. Neither do I. I should probably get the container. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Let me do this. Garage. We need this. Right, Spotty, I'll get you to stay there for a second. Did I... There we go. And we're going to attach a hook. Get rid of this. Get rid of this one as well. And if I bring it out, put it about there, that should be okay. So let's unload all of this stuff we've got. So there is a lot of storage. Oh, let's clear your inventory out as well. And let's put those in there. And let's clear this up. Let me get rid of that pin, because we do not need that pin anymore, because I have a new base situated over here at 2658.32 and 4749.07. So if I mark that as green, we are 5,509 meters. metric, miles, whatever it is. Meters. I always say meters. Because I prefer to read meters than whatever the actual thing is. So even though we were getting, I've done it again. Let's pick that up. So I don't think I've got my spectral detector on me. I might have it here. Yes, I do. So here, you can see the replenishment is 112.5 litres an hour. And the capacity is 600 out of 600 litres. This is also a level 3 spectral detector, so ready to scan. So if I instead of just running miles and miles and miles, let's get Spotty to follow us.
Oxygen source external.
Let's get in this. So Spotty is with us. I don't know if there's... Actually, we will go to a rock. And the reason why I'm going to the rock... So when we where's my jackhammer? Don't have it on me. Don't have it there. It might be in the container. Did I put my jackhammer in the container? Yes, I did. Let's clear out my inventory of what we don't need. That's fine for now. And then put that into slot 3. So I've still got the level 1 version of the jackhammer. So unknown ore. So we have got iron 1272. There is subcomponents, silicon 320, calcium 64, and aluminum 512, and possible traces of titanium and sulfur. So let's get Spotty to do rocks. So when you see glowing sections like this, it happens on buildings as well. So when I jackhammer this section where it's glowing, I can mine it a lot quicker. There'll be one on here. He's collecting that. I think that's titanium. So I'm going to hit that spot again. You can get We might have to do it this way. Oh, yeah, here. There is one here. Don't see one for here. Oh, yeah, there. So my suit battery is getting a bit low. We have to do it. We have to give we have to pet Spotty again because he's doing a good job. Where I can find the there we go. He was behaving and he was doing what he's supposed to be doing, so he deserves a pet.
Oxygen source external.
There is also night vision as well in the game. So left lights. Is that? Did we turn on the right ones? Let's see. I could have sworn I turned them on. Left lights, there we go. Aluminum, 1749. Subcomponent silicon, iron, calcium. Possible traces of nitrogen. So what I'm going to do...
Oxygen source external.
is get this set up. Now we can't use the tipper because we don't have the tipper, but I can manually grind. We'll turn the crane light on. And we'll turn crane camera on. That is the wrong one. We need the jackhammer. Now, if I remember rightly, that's to extend that. Q is, I think, grabbing the grabber. Yeah, we don't want the grabber. So pressing Q changes the crane tools. That's the welder. Now, how do I... So, holding the space bar. And then... So it can't reach that quite. So I think the reason why Spotty isn't out there collecting is because let's get you to collect rocks. Right, he's in pickup mode.
Oxygen
I am
source
going
external.
to realign. Tab to switch. Can't quite reach that. Let's turn right light on as well. Can't quite reach that. So it looks like we can still break those ones down. Yeah, that's all we've got. Change it to transport mode. Spotty has frozen. There he is. He's awake again. I will be right back, nip into the toilet. And I'm back. I think that was the last rock. Yep. Okay, give you another pet. So we got it. So his inventory was always clear for when we need to use it. A heartbeat and that
Oxygen
noise
source external.
is because my character needs to sleep. Because the stamina, there's a little bar underneath the stamina bar. That is your that's your tiredness bar. So when that goes down, your stamina goes down. So let's go 12 o'clock. I think you will die from sleep deprivation.
Suit power 25%.
And our rest bonus is 4 hours. Let's charge the suit. No battery to charge. Suit battery charged. Make sure we have him follow us. Turn the crane light off. So the rover does have a radar on it as well. So if we get Spotty to wait, press Z key to highlight any components, which doesn't seem to be any. There's nothing to collect here. Just making sure. Yeah. Toggle interactable outlines. So I'm pressing Z and there's nothing here. Don't think there's anything around here. Not that I can see. Effects. All active modifiers will wear off after sleeping. Active modifiers, no active modifiers. Messages. Probe signal detected. Supply drop. Follow. Supply drop is 3828 that way. So we'll travel to that supply drop.
Oxygen source external.
Make sure lock differential is on, which it is. Is it? Yeah. What I'm going to do is not do that. Spotty, stay here. I will be back. No. Got the quad. The ATV, that's the default ATV that you find when you go exploring. Oh, did that just have a... Yep, that'll do. Let's just close that for now. Lock differential. So this one has a solar panel on top of the vehicle. So during the day, even though it's at 98%, over time it gradually recharges. I wonder what the supply drop is going to contain. Got another base there. It may contain a seed magazine, it may not, but we'll find out when we get there and open it up.
New message.
Pen drive, abandoned tablet, carbon dioxide bottle, small circuit board, medium circuit board, big circuit board, medium circuit board, small circuit board, carbon dioxide bottle, bottle. So that had some stuff in it. Let's go here. No, that's the wrong door. We'll probably get out. Let's have a look. Supply drop finished. Probe signal detected. That's back that way. Meteorite. Unfollow, follow. That's also over there. Unfollow, follow. That's also over there. That is virtually near our base. It's almost overlap. Well, it's overlapping our new base pin. So on the way there, we could probably pick that one up. While we're heading in that direction, we'll take a stop at this antenna. How to hack. Guess 3 unique symbols. Each symbol must be different. The sequence of symbols is not important. 2 correct, correct, wrong combination. This is also correct. That was 2. That's nothing. Access granted. Correct code provided. Downloading satellite data. Pen drive materials 1.
New message.
Picked up pen drive electricity. While we're here, we might as well head over there. See if there's any seed magazines. I'm after anything but potato seed magazines because you start off with those ones. Z. I see some highlighting things. Suit battery, medium circuit board, first aid. MRE. Nothing in here. Another MRE. Another. So the N key is for night vision, but you'll only get night vision once you've unlocked the blueprint for it. No seed magazines at this location. That is okay. Where is... No, there was some things outside here. Don't see anything else. Nope. That storage is full. Nope. That one's over there. And then we've got a meteorite and a pro-single over there. We will most likely come back with those. Vehicles. Let's mark you. Let's track you. Heavy rover is over there, not far from us. Might as well stick that with the rest of those hoses. Need that.
Alert. Pressure drop detected. Helmet leak detected. Oxygen, 75%. Oxygen source, external. Suit power, 75%.
Dangerous 10:00 Saturday. Dangerous weather coming within the next 1 hours. Spotty, I hope you are prepared. We have dangerous weather coming in. Oh, so you can't grind that. So it's either sandstorm, tornado, meteorite, lightning storm, or the radiation one. It's going to be one of those 5 storms that's going to happen.
Warning, sandstorm imminent. Find shelter. Warning. Oxygen source, external. Oxygen source external. Oxygen source external. Oxygen source external.
Fingers trace the broken glass. Moonlight flickers, shadows cast. Cold wind comes through hollow halls. Echoes crawl. Echoes call. Whisper, whisper, hear the night. Shadow whisper, steal your sight. Run, don't look, it's not a dream. Nothing's ever what it seems. Eyes like lanterns in the black. Footsteps fade, but don't look back. Breath is smoke and time stands still. The dark, it bends to kill. Feel the pull, it's under your skin. The more you fight, the more it wins. Whisper, whisper, hear the night. Shadow whisper, steal your sight. Run, don't look, it's not a dream. Nothing's ever what it seems. They're in the walls, they're in your mind. The truth, you'll never ever find a clock that ticks but won't keep time. The rhyme of shadows It's their cry. Their eye of shadows.
And here we are, back at base.
Alert. Low power. Oxygen source external. Suit pressurized. Equalizing pressure.
So, here is the platforms. So this is how you normally would place the batteries and have an input and an output. However, when you've got the platforms, once you
Radiation detected.
attach some type of power source onto the steel platform, it turns it into a grid. So notice that battery had an input and an output, a yellow and a blue. Well, here it doesn't have an in or an out, nor does the transformer. It has an out, but there's no in. So what's happening there is, if I just break that from that platform, this battery is not receiving any power from the grid. So this is the wireless power. So there's nothing coming in. But if I put this platform back, we have now got the grid, and we've got the daytime production of 182.24 and the production at night is 182.24. That is from the two so the most of the power is coming from the kilo power, and we have a wind turbine also on it. So that is pretty much how the wireless power works. You build the platform, as long as if you've got the platform, as long as
Radiation detected.
let me see if I can get up this way. As long as if you've got the platform connected with the main platform, you're going to receive wireless power. So this battery is charging, as we are also taking 200 kilowatts from the grid. So you'll notice it says grid. This is the grid information panel compared to this. So you'll have the input and then your output. The input would be the kilo power, the solar panels, the wind turbine, and you'll have an in and an out. But with the platform itself, there is no in and out. The only time you are going to bring out a cable is from the ECU, from the only output on this grid, to wherever it's going to go. So if you have a big platform and you have a big section with like solar panels, kilo power and wind turbines, as long as if you've got it connected and that you have a battery, you don't need to have a battery. You can just use the ECU itself to power your base. So if this battery wasn't here, you're still going to get power in your base because the grid is connected with the main power source grid. So these have no outputs, as normally if you just place them on the ground, they would have a blue connection port on them. But because it's on a platform, you don't need to trail cables from the kilo powers, the wind turbines, to a battery, and then from the battery to the ECU. You can literally just build a big enough power platform, stick these on top, and you pretty much don't have any cables apart from when you're trailing one out. So also on top of this, now I can expand this out. Yes, I've got 2 more kilo powers here, but notice these have
Alert.
the
Radiation detected.
these have the blue output. That's because they're not on a steel platform, so it's not part of the grid. You can't connect from an output to the grid because there's no such thing as an input. The inputs are taken away and you only have an output on the grid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these.
Alert. Radiation detected. Alert. Radiation detected.
These aren't on a grid. These are just their base. These are just the bases of when you're placing them. So what I'm going to do... Right, what is the key controls? Base. Build is B. Does it tell me on here? No, I think if you hold down a key, you can continuously place. But I don't know what key that is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these two. Right, there is a shortcut to player. Is it under player? Interaction, no. Base, no. Nope. Anything in the options? Movement type. Build on grid. Hold to use tool. Hand movement animations. Disable. Auto pick up bottles after. I'm sure tutorials. Grid building. You can build individual platforms as well as pre-built platform structures. Individual platforms can be connected to each other. The pre-built platform structure allows for quick and easy construction of multiple levels. This type of building does not connect to the individual platforms. Each steel platform can be rotated and its height adjusted using the arrow keys. The maximum height of each platform is predefined, so taller platform structures must be built in tiers. Platforms cannot be connected directly to individual buildings placed on the terrain or to other buildings outside the platform grid. However, connections between platform buildings and off-grid buildings can be created manually using cables. Platforms do not form an automatic connection grid with other terrain-built buildings.
Alert. Radiation detected. Equalizing pressure. Low pressure 1. External pressure dropping. Oxygen source, external. Alert, low power.
I was talking this entire time without my mic unmuted.
External pressure dropping.
So as I was mentioning, considering I had my mic muted, let me just pick up the battery. That's automatically been put into my suit as soon as I double left mouse clicked on it.
Suit pressurized. Equalizing pressure.
So as I was mentioning, this is now a complete grid. I turn that off. Obviously, you know what I was sort of pointing at when I had my mic muted. If you are going to use the grid, just remember to look at the grid information panel, because it will not there's no input, because the grid is sharing power along with the water well and the oxygen, methane and water tank. And it will also say here the grid production, grid stored as well. And then you got your supplied, required, and grid supplied and grid required. So at the moment the replenishment is 120 litres an hour. So it is a good spot to be at. Now, the other thing I was saying is if it's possible, and I don't know if it is possible, but if you have a big enough steel platform layout, I don't know if you can place the base on top of the actual grid itself. So we could try and put that to the test, because we'll probably make a big enough square to see if we can place the HQ onto it. So I'm going to do it over here, and I am just going to build a big enough square platform and see if we can place this on top. So we've got our steel platforms out and laid down. Now, can we place parts of the base on top of the actual grid? So we'll start with the main HQ. Does not look like we can. So it doesn't look like we can place the base on top of the actual grid itself. No. So there is your answer. We cannot place the base on top of the grid. So there you go. We cannot build the habitat on top of the platforms, but you can set up a power grid and a water well grid. If it's all connected together from the main power source, your water well and your battery and ECU are going to have power. We do not need this battery bank anymore. Now I could
Alert. Radiation detected.
cut down. I could take down these solar panels. And then if I build outwards, you should be able to place solar panels on the grid. So we'll try it with a small one first, just to see if we can actually place solar panels on here. We should be able to. Yes, we can. So you can place solar panels also onto the grid, which now daytime production is 233.32 and the production at night is 181.82. The 181.82 is from the kilo powers and the wind turbine, and the extra on top,
Radiation detected.
and the extra on top for the daytime is from the solar panel and obviously the wind turbine, and but the extra amount producing during the day is done from the solar panel being with it being on the grid as well. So if we place another, which we can't, so if I take this down, and if I add another kilo power, so before we do that,
Alert. Radiation detected.
so the daytime production is 186.52 and the production at night is 181.73. So now
Alert. Radiation detected.
if I add another kilo power to the grid, daytime production is 274.43 and the production at night is 269.43. So you get more during the day but also at night, and that's with 3 kilo powers and a wind turbine. I don't know if, I am not sure if the power is also coming from the solar panel of the well, as it's also attached to the grid. It might do, it could do, but I'm not sure. I would assume that that solar panel, even though it's part of the well, is also giving power to the grid from the solar panel. Maybe, I don't know. So the grid, we haven't got any oxygen stored. Got H2O stored. If I take that off, the O2 is going to start storing, because I've closed the output valve to the pump station. And it's just going to go down again, because I'm outputting all the oxygen straight into the base. So yes, that is the grid setup and the wireless power. So yeah, I would say with it being grid, based on the grid and the platforms, this is probably the more efficient way, because you haven't got cables trailing all over the place, where it's just contained within the grid that you've built with the steel platforms, and you've at max you've got 2 hoses coming out and a cable coming out. There's no cables coming from the Keeler power, the wind turbines, the solar panels. Then you haven't got that going into the well, the battery or the ECU. So the grid power is the better way to go, because it's a little bit more tidier. And like I said, you'll only have one cable coming from the ECU off of the entire grid into your base. And the same again with the oxygen and water supply. You're only going to have 2 hoses coming out. Now I could probably, so only one pump station can be built per grid. So we've already got a pump on the grid, so we can't place another one on the grid because you can only have one pump station per grid. But you can extend the extend the the pump if you wanted to. And I can also, obviously when I've got long enough hoses, I can have the garage open and put oxygen into the rover. So yeah, that is the grid overview, and me just quickly slapping it together as quick as I could to show you. But yeah, the grid is better because you're only going to have one power cable coming from the ECU within the grid. There's no extra cables going from the power sources into a battery and then from the battery to the ECU. It's all on the grid, so then you just have an output and that's it. A single output, easy enough. So yeah, that is that for the grid.
Low pressure warning.
Now, I'm not sure if Pyramid will eventually add oxygen tanks into the garage, so you can connect straight from the tank when it's still connected to the entire base oxygen system, where you can have it connect out and then into the rover. I've not really. Let's try something. So yeah, we can't physically place the tank here, even when it's called grid. We can't place it in the garage itself. Because if we could have the oxygen tanks in the garage, we can then feed a hose from the oxygen supply of the base into the rover itself. Now they may add that in the future at some point, but I'm not entirely sure yet. But it would be nice if you could, so then you can have your rover parked in the garage while having an oxygen tank in the garage itself, and you can just go from the tank to the rover while the rover is in the garage on charge at the same time. So this rover is fully charged because output 1 is gone red. So the rover should now be full of power. And it is. So the only way you can refill the oxygen on the rover is parking it outside where you've got oxygen going into the base for now. But yeah. I've decided to put airlocks between each section. And then this way, and then through here is the main dome, which is the this is the large dome. You can even, if you want to, stare up at the sky if you want to in here, because the windows, you can see through the windows anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna try and keep exploring for these other seed magazines, and once I find all of the seed magazines, I'm going to grow them, and then I'm also going to seed modification them and then grow them again so I get plenty of seeds. And once I've got all the seed magazines and I've got all the plants planted and fully mature, we can then try and start messing around with the cooking station and see what recipes we can put together by messing around with the cooking station, and see if we can find any recipes by just experimenting. So yeah, that will eventually come at some point, but I'll most likely end up streaming Occupy Mars again once I've got all the seed magazines and that they are ready for and that the plants are all ready for me to start experimenting with the cooking station. But if there is a stream or a video early on, a lot earlier than what I would plan, it's mainly if it's got new content added to the game. If it's got new content added to the game, I will try and stream it or do a video on it straight away. But messing with the cooking station, it's going to take a bit of time for me to do a video or a stream on that, because I need to get all the seed magazines. I need to find them all, start growing them, and just go back and forth. And then once I've got enough plants that are fully mature, I will store them and get it ready for streaming. So yeah, so like I said, if another stream or video comes out for Occupy Mars, it will most likely mainly be new content added to the game or hot fixes, depending whichever one comes first. But the cooking station is going to take a while. So yeah, like I said, once I've got all the seeds and they're all fully mature and ready to be experimented with, I will make sure to try and stream it while I'm experimenting with the cooking station as well. But that won't be for a while yet, because I haven't found all of the seed magazines. The only seeds I've got at the moment are potato seeds, and those are the ones that you start off in the game with anyway. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream here. And I will catch you on the next stream. The Seeds of Doom. Yeah, I know there's one particular location where all of them spawn, like the pumpkin ones, the oxygen tree, the corn, the straw, the tomatoes, the cabbage. But with it being version 1.0, that same location where I tend to get lucky with may not be the same. They may be scattered around different spawn locations at abandoned bases and stuff. So if I can't find them in the regular location I normally find them at, then it's going to be a long process of exploring Mars just to get all the seed magazines. Because I've already got the seed magazines, but those are the ones you start off with in the game anyway. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna finish the stream here. If you did enjoy it, then please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next stream.
Thank you.